Hello, everybody. Y'all ready for Scam Likely? I don't have Xfinity. How's everybody doing? It is Tuesday night. I'm ready to get to going in the kitchen, and we're gonna see what everybody's up to. I know I'm a little early on the soup thing, but we've been a little sickly. And I thought, well, what a better way to try to fight the sickness than to make some soup. All right, let me get these folks in. So, tonight, we're gonna make soup. Hello, Texas, already on the call, on the video, whatever you want to call it tonight. I'm gonna move y'all a little closer. Not a lot to do here. Well, I can see what y'all are saying better, baby. There we go. All right, I can read a little bit more now. We're gonna be here. I know. So what I was saying is we've been a little sickly. Zach's been sick. I was like, for a couple of days. And then I said, well, what a better way to, let's go ahead and think about soups. I've been writing my cookbook today. I have sat down and, I'm up to 30 pages, and I'm telling the stories of food I grew up with, who made it, if it was someone special, and when and how it was served. So that's what I'm writing, and I've had some things. I've called Mom. I've called Aunt Hattie today. I need to call Aunt Margaret and ask her a question, and that's just how it goes. I've tried to work on it as I could. And I got to come over here. Some of y'all joined me on Coffee with Kyle on TikTok. That was early this morning. And now here we are. And this is where somebody's going to say, get your stuff together before you start. But I've been busy writing today. And I'm kind of at one of those points where I'm like, is this where I tell a story? Or do I just tell the recipe? Or do I tell the story behind the recipe? Or something like that. You know? I guess we'll figure that out once we go back and just look over it and read it. But it's from the heart. Truth. Just old country boy telling stories from childhood. There we go. We're going to use that. So, first things first, what we got to do. I've already boiled my chicken. I'm going to make a chicken soup tonight. And I've already boiled it. I got to take it off the bone. I do prefer bone-in chicken when I am making chicken soup. So my aunt would have used the celery, the carrots. I'm going to put an onion in it. Sometimes she put rice. Sometimes she put noodles, potatoes. But since Zach can't have carrots, we're going to skip that part. And I'm going to find some other things to try to get us a nice chicken soup. I've already got my stock over here from where I boiled the chicken. It needs a little bit of water, but look how nice and rich that is. So it's already had the garlic in it. I'm thinking about putting, if I can find it, salt-free seasoning. There it is right there. So we'll put that in it when we get to rolling here. So, what I want to do first, these potatoes are going to have to cook. So let's see. These are some, they say they're russet potatoes. Look more like Yukon Gold potatoes to me. I'm going to get the bigger ones so it doesn't hurt my finger since I'm taking the peelings off. I would have left the peeling on it for me. But I'm trying to be the nice friend. I look grown up with my hair like that. This is called Don't Do Anything to Your Hair Day, Kyle. Oh, I got more bowls than plates, so we're just gonna get a bowl over here for the discard stuff. I'll try to read and not cut my finger here. I already slipped up on it there. I've been sitting right there in that recliner with that laptop on my thing, and I go to try to put something on TV, and I don't get far enough before I think, oh, I gotta write that down. And I've never done anything like this before, so new for me. I can write a minute 30 news package out the top of my head. I don't know about writing a book. Some of it, though, would be kind of interesting to go back and make a movie about. Got any movie producers on here? We can write some scripts and tell some stories, and I think it'd be kind of cool to have. I was from a little place called Gurley, South Carolina, and I bet none of them are watching tonight because I just got off the phone with Mom and they're going to church. They got revival this week. So, and I bet some of you might be at the National Quartet Convention, and that's why we don't have quite as many people on in Pigeon Forge, but that's okay. Those of us who are on will enjoy it and have a great time. Putting the little community of Gurley. Now, let me explain where I grew up. My road was a paved road. There was an intersection where the two roads were paved. With potatoes flying! Oh. And, but all the roads around us, outside of the main roads, were dirt. And so, when I first met Zach, he said, "Is that a real thing? Did y'all really have dirt roads?" I said, "We sure did, and we still got them. Some of them have been paved now, but we still got dirt roads." One of our county commissioners, they called them council there. I remember every time that something would come up and they'd want to spend money at the beach to build something, he'd say, "I got 80-year-old people that's lived their lives on dirt roads. I want their roads paved." And that was one of his platforms. Slowly but surely, as he moves through, the rural parts of Horry County, South Carolina are getting paved. And those people don't have to deal with all that dirt. Now, what I do believe it's probably done is increase the traffic. Because now, people that didn't want to take that dirt road for a shortcut, they'll cut right down that road. Because now, it's a paved road. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I don't feel like that might be enough. Let me just do one more potato. So we had a country church. We did have a railroad track that rolled right through the middle of the community called Gurley. It was Gurley, South Carolina. And back when I was younger, the train stopped. Now, later in life, the train moved on through. And I would imagine that the train depot at one time probably picked up people and took them either to the city of Loris or the city of Conway, which the train's connected to. But then later in life, as everyone got cars, they could drive to the city when they wanted to. Well, when I say city, it ain't nothing like New York City, for those of you who know about New York City. It's about like Sevierville. If you took the tourism away, that's our cities. Because the tourist stuff was all down at the beach. I can use that. And the beach had not grown out to Loris at the time, I guess you would say. It's grown out there now. There's things building in Loris I would have never thought would have been built out there. And see, we had the church. That was our main gathering spot because something was happening. You gathered at the church. That was a little store, they called it Gurley Trading Company. And I think back in the day, the train would also pick up the corn and soybeans and things like that and haul it on the way to wherever it was going. And they had a little weigh scale out there where the farmers can come and weigh their stuff. You would know how much the truck weighed. The truck would roll over it. They would subtract the truck, and then they'd say, oh, your corn weighs this much. And that's how they got paid. And they had these, I think you call them grain bins, but I don't remember us growing grain out there. So those bins, that one's a little bit bigger, we'll quarter it. So those bins always had corn that I'm aware of, or soybeans. I don't remember the grains out there. But that's what we had in our little community. And the store, basically you got you a Pepsi. The farmers weighed their stuff. They sure did. That's how they sold it, by weight. And we mostly had tobacco, soybeans, and corn where I grew up. And that's what we had. So we'd go get us a Pepsi and a backer nab. That's what we called it. That's that little orange square cracker. That's what you got at the store. They had other things that they were in business doing out there at the time, but some of that, it all ended about the time that I was coming along. I would say about when my grandfather died was when that business kind of went away and wasn't even in existence much anymore. All right, let's bring this pot up to a boil. We'll put it on a high. And Mom remembers another store that was actually a store where you would get more than a drink and a snack. They had some things out there that you could actually buy. I don't remember that. And that was it. Well, Leo, Granddaddy Rob died in 1989. So that was a time, that was actually a pretty rough year, I'd say, for my family. In 1989, there was so much happening weather-wise that was so weird. And then in my immediate family, we had 2 deaths. So my grandfather and uncle, his son, both had cancer at the same time and both died within a couple of months of each other. So that was in 89. Then we had Hurricane Hugo in 1989. And then in December, Christmas of 1989, you don't ever hear this reported. Well, you hear it if you live there. But Myrtle Beach had a foot of snow on the ground. What? The beach is supposed to be a calm place. So that was a crazy year for us. That happened. And what type of cancer? My uncle had throat cancer, and Granddaddy was colon cancer. So, again, something I need to pay close attention to. I was young then. I was 10. And that was also the same year that I became infatuated with the weather and has led to this whole journey that I've been on, well, for 45 years now, I would say. From Hurricane Hugo to... I got another bowl over here. Snow. Then the meteorologist came and spoke to us at school. So, it's kind of where I'm at with things. And I wrote today, and some of y'all don't like it, some of y'all won't like it. But it's like I was trying to tell somebody else earlier, we can't please everybody. And then we have a golf tournament coming up on Thursday. I'm not complaining about this whatsoever, so do not take it that I'm complaining. But I've been on the phone with them, trying to help them plan what we're going to do on Thursday with this weather coming in. We've got some rain coming. And we need rain really, really bad. But they're just trying to figure out what's the safest way to have the tournament, but also raise the money that we need to raise for our charities that we want to donate the money to. And I always pull that vein out of my meat when I'm deboning it. I call it deboning it. Do y'all call it taking it off the bone, or what do y'all call it? Yeah, see that nasty part there? I take that out. I don't want that in there. I just feel like when I look down at my spoon, when I go to have me a spoonful, I don't want to look at that. And then I said, if I don't get down and get the writing, I'm never going to get it proofed for grammatical errors. Now, I hope that when someone reads it, they don't take out my grammatical errors that I intended to have in there. By that, fixing, because we're not going to fix, we're not fixing anything. We're fixing. Fixing to go to the store. I'm fixing chicken soup. And I want to make sure I don't get no bones in it. Fixing to buy a rug. We fixing to buy all kinds of stuff. Oh, that's bull. Let me get my taters in. All right, that's going to need some more water. Let me go ahead and clean my hands real quick. Oh, I should put my onion in there too. But I don't want it to cook all the way done. I like a good onion texture. Here's my water. Those of you who joined me on Coffee with Kyle, we got the same water jug. That ought to be good. There we go. I'll let them potatoes cook, and we'll go back to what we were doing. Deboning chicken. Exhilarating? Why do you say that? Oh boy. I like to keep it real, my friends. What don't you want to see? Vicky? So anyway, tomorrow I got to go to the golf course early. Maybe we'll do Coffee with Kyle from there. We'll talk about the weather. We'll talk about the weather. Well, that's just the way I do it. Leo. I know sometimes people will say, I wish you would get prepared before you would start, but somehow I can't think of everything that I need. And I'm just here to hang out with y'all anyway. It's for fun. All right, there's some of it. Get that going. And if you're asking, I wrote chicken bog in it the way it was designed in Loris, South Carolina. I think I'm going to make in one section Kyle's way. So there'll be two versions in there. Now somehow, and I don't know where this comes from, people have started adding things to chicken bog. And when you start adding some things, it's no longer chicken bog. I'm talking about peas and carrots and stuff like that. Then you start getting into what I would call a vegetable bog. And I have made veggie bog the same way, but I made it vegetarian style for my vegetarian, vegan friends. And I have to admit, when I got done with it, I liked it. I worked on the broth, the sauce. I worked on that for an extended time before we started adding the rest of our ingredients with the garlic and onion powder and different things of that nature, so that we had a good base for that rice to cook with. Maybe I'll do it up here with y'all one day. I could make a small one. And for those of you who want meat, I don't like vegan sausage. The chicken's okay, but I'm not a vegan sausage person, so I leave that out. It has a weird, almost like it's spoiled flavor. And that's the only way I know how to describe it. And maybe it is, I don't know. But we don't like vegan hot dogs either. And I put extra chicken because we're not going to have, there's a piece right there. Because we're not going to have as much in this with the noodles and stuff. I put extra chicken. So that's what's going on with my chicken soup tonight. Let's see here. But I'm going to share a link with you all. I'll put it on my page. And we've got some good stuff. And one time I got a Tino print. It was only like $150 for a Tino print. And nobody was bidding on it. And I rolled in last minute and made the last bid to get it. And I got it. Now, somebody else wanted it that was sitting right there with me. I said, you can have that if I can have that cooler you got. And she said, I don't need a cooler. I've got plenty of coolers. So we traded Tino for a cooler because I needed the cooler. And we paid the difference. I think I owed her money at the end of it because she got the cooler at a pretty good deal too. So this golf tournament, even though if you don't golf, you can log on to this website and create a thing. And we have Allegiant tickets, and we've got trip tickets to Myrtle Beach. We've got, I don't know about Branson, I can't quote that one, but I believe we got Nashville and other cities that sometimes, man, those hotels get expensive. So you might find a good deal, and it's for a good cause, helping children. We do the Boys and Girls Club of the Smoky Mountains, Mountain Hope Good Shepherd Clinic, and for those of you unaware, Mountain Hope, if someone is uninsured, they can go to Mountain Hope and get medical care. Let me get that out of there. That was one of them black pieces. And so they do some good work in the community. Lakeway Casa is another group helping children. And, you know, if we have extra money, we can help more people. So that's our mission and goal through the whole thing. It doesn't go into our pockets. It doesn't go into anywhere except for the good of the community. Seems like there's another charity I'm forgetting about. Oh, SMARM. We do make a donation to SMARM. Now that's a group, if you need trouble paying your rent or something like that, they can help you on a case-by-case basis. Not every month. I sent someone up there, and then they called me and said, this person comes every month. But they went and said, Kyle said you'd help me with my rent. And so I got to put it in there. It's not to help you every month with your rent. It is to help you in a time of need once. I hope you get over a situation if you got it. And I don't work with them as closely other than covering their stories, so I don't know about what they do more than that. All right, I'll use that to put my onion in. And I'm gonna pour that juice in there too. Ah, not the bone. There we go. Feels kind of naked without greenery in it. But it's okay. Let me get my onion. I don't know what I've done with it. I'll be right back. This is where we insert a commercial break so that I can go grab what I need. Gotta find me a sponsor. And I'll hit play on the commercials. There we go. And we'll get it to going on. I'm gonna dig through and see if I can find a can of corn or some beans or something. So we got some kind of vegetable in it. Usually I got a can of something up there. You don't know how hard it is to go to the store and buy soup that does not have carrots and celery in it. I looked at a vegetable soup, had carrots. Chicken soup had carrots. I had this tortilla soup, had carrots. I said, man, somebody that either don't like carrots or allergic, in the case of Mr. Zach, they had a hard time when it comes to soup. The soup situations. Well, there ain't none out there. All right, that'll be good. With all of this, I should be able to find peas. Y'all think I got enough stuff? I'm not going hungry. Well, cans of carrots, chicken broth. I don't think I'm gonna find corn. That's okay. I got chickpeas. All right, white hominy. What is hominy? I don't know. I don't know what that is. All right, it's corn. It's corn that has been done something too. So we're getting corn, even though we didn't know it. We're getting corn. That produces a texture. It almost looks like on the can. It almost looks, we drain this. To me, it almost looks like popcorn. Well, popcorn that didn't quite pop yet. White hominy. This stuff's gonna be done, so it's just a matter of making sure we're good. A lot of white in there. Try not to mush those peas. I would have liked to have put frozen. But this is kind of a, I don't want to say last minute, but kind of had to just get it done today. All right, now y'all know me. I'm going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper. We'll add a little bit more garlic powder. I'm looking for parsley right now. There we go. That'll add some pretty flavor. All right, so I put in that salt-free seasoning. I'm just going to let that boil. Chives, salt-free seasoning. That funky chicken I'm not putting in there. All right, we'll throw this away. I can come back and hang out with y'all now. There we go. This can go over there. You like to see something new. I didn't put the cayenne pepper, did I? I gotta be careful with it because the last time I got heavy-handed with the cayenne. And it was almost too much. Put that down to the medium. Basically, once those potatoes are done, we can eat. I got bread to throw out to the... Did I add butter to my soup? I haven't added butter to my soup. What are we cooking? We are making a chicken soup tonight. George, I don't know what you're even asking about. Granger County, hello, my friend. It smells wonderful in here. It smells wonderful. Well, when did I get 11,000 likes? Man. Egg noodles. Well, I've already got the potatoes in there, so I'm not going to add the noodles. I know butter makes everything better. We also wanted it to be kind of on the healthier side. I got both of you on here. Facebook goes so fast. There's more of you on Facebook than on TikTok. So that's why it gets a little more difficult. Madison, Alabama, up in the house. I'm getting all those hearts. I do like it. Thank you. Maynardville, that's just down the road. All them sunflowers. Sunflower season's about gone. Loving all those hearts. I'm right here. I was looking at this. I got sent this cookbook. One of you on here might have sent it to me. I meant to write down who sent it to me, but I didn't. But it has this is a thick cookbook. Mine's not going to be that thick. But I'm trying to determine how to do it. Like, there's certain things that I don't know. Like, I'm going to have a soup section, but I only have like 3 soups that I make. And I'm trying to keep it everything that someone has made for me, not going and finding stuff for filler. So, like this sounds really good. A winter squash spice bundt cake. And I know that my aunt, I could do the peanut butter pie. I do make a great peanut butter pie. Gabrielle downgraded to Category 3 hurricane. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that one. That's the other thing that I've been looking at today is the storm. We got 2 hurricanes that might be forming, and I got to go to South Carolina in 2 weeks. And I just want to make sure that we're good. So I got to come up with, I got a couple of desserts. I'm going to do peach cobbler. Let's see if this is any different. Now this is interesting. 2 cans of crescent rolls, 4 fresh peaches, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 1 stick of butter or margarine, and a can of Mountain Dew. Place 4th quarter peach in crescent roll. Close up. Keep peach inside. Place in butter casserole dish, mix together sugar, cinnamon, melted butter, pour over cobbler, pour Mountain Dew over cobbler, and bake at 350 for 1 hour. We're to just go through and try some of these one night just to see. And then if you like it, I can pass it along. This came from United Methodist Church. This is in Middlesboro, Kentucky. From the Covenant United Methodist Church. And I was trying to figure out how do I want to break my things down. And I got a couple of things that I don't know what to do. I've only got like 3 salad dressings that I've shared with you all that I've worked on and done that myself. So I don't want to just yank someone else's recipe. I want to share my recipes. I got to go to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Allison. So it's one of those things. It wasn't good peach cobbler, Monica. So it's just one of those things that, you know, I'm trying to keep it authentic. Pumpkin nut bread, that sounds, I'm not a pumpkin person, but that sounds good. Hash brown casserole. Now, I thought about doing a breakfast thing, but all I know how to do is make grits and eggs and sausage. I don't make a homemade pancake. All right, the potatoes are about done. That's good on that load. Just let everything marinate together. Let it marinate together. One day you'll get to Myrtle Beach, hopefully. Well, I hope I get there and see my mom and dad soon. Hopefully there won't be a hurricane when I get there, Allison. Just gooey. Okay. Like Paula's ooey gooey butter cake. Now that's some good stuff. I got to call Paula or Dolly and see if they'll share a recipe with me. Then maybe that'll help sell more cookbooks. If we're there at the same time, well, I've gone to 2 colleges, Newberry College and Mississippi State. And Newberry was mass communications, and Mississippi State was meteorology. Almost forgot. Coal miner's cake. This is 1 1/4 Oreo cookies, 1 stick plus 2 tablespoons of butter, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 3 1/2 cups of milk, 2 small instant vanilla pudding, and Cool Whip. Crush cookies, add melted butter, mix thoroughly, take out 1/3 cup, set aside. Blend cream cheese and milk, a little at the time as needed. Add 2 packages of pudding, blend until thick. Layer cookie mixture at bottom of 9x13 pan. Layer pudding on top of cookie crust. Cover with Cool Whip, sprinkle remaining cookie mix on top and chill. Now I might want to try that. That sounds pretty good to me. I'm not going to make a coconut pie because I'll never eat it. A fruit cake. Now that's what I need. Grandma's fruit cake recipe. She would work probably about this time of the year, putting up fruit cakes. Once she was done in the garden, and we started, the garden was done, she started making her fruit cakes, and she froze them in the freezer. Now, she told us that it was juice that she was pouring over it, but then later in life, I found out she was actually pouring other stuff on it. That's why some was for the kids and some was for other people. Hello there. All I got is a watermelon. Whoever just said hey there. Kool-Aid pie. 1 package of Kool-Aid. 1 8-ounce Cool Whip. 1 Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. And 1 well, we could make this right now. I don't know if I have condensed milk though. Pink fluff. I love what that's called. Pink fluff. 1 can cherry pie filling. 1 small can crushed pineapple drained. 1 can Eagle brand milk. Wonder what is Eagle brand a good brand? 1 small carton Cool Whip and 1 cup of chopped nuts. And here's a pound cake. A prune cake. We're trying to get right here. Ripe. Chocolate cookies. I've never been good at doing cookies. There was something back here. There's extra stuff. What did they call this? Oh, they added some food guides, calorie requirements, how much is a serving, simple measurements, substitutions. Now that's good if you want to substitute something or maybe you're missing something. For breadcrumbs, use crushed corn or wheat flakes, other dry cereal, potato flakes. Flower pot dirt cake. They still didn't tell us. Oh, this is from other people, I guess. Scriptures for the children. What that is. Anyway, there's lots of stuff in this one. I'm not going to have that much in mind, but it is going to be from the heart. This says recipes to remember. Let me keep that out in case I need to reference something. I got it out so I could kind of get an idea for how I wanted the thing to go. I've been adding pictures that I've taken along the way. And then I asked Mom for a certain picture, and she said, "What in the world do you need that for?" I said, "I just do." She knows what I'm doing. She just didn't know why I needed it today. Here we are. At 7:43, I'm going to get my bowl of soup out. We'll see how this worked out. Once again, this is not my normal chicken soup. But it's a good alternate, as long as we got some good flavor going on. Ooh, I want a potato. Felt like I didn't get any potatoes. Do y'all like the juice? Or do you not like the juice? Now y'all know that's got to cool down for me. Then we need cornbread or biscuits or real bread. People come into food ministry when they'll see something like this, which y'all know is my favorite bread, this Italian 5-grain bread. They'll go, y'all ain't got no real bread up here? And I know what they're wanting. They're wanting that Merita white bread. And sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. Here we are. We're about to taste it, but I can't do it right now. Newfoundland, Canada! We are branching out tonight. Get me a little bit of ice. My ice bucket has froze over. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. Here we go. It got in there. It got in there. You're voting for cornbread? How many of y'all have the same china? This is a Sam's Club special. Kind of hurt my back leaning there the way it did. I did it with that. I know I did it. So let's see what we got here. The real test is the broth. Yep. It's pretty good. It captured the flavor. Now let me try that. That's that hominy thing right there. Tastes like a grit. It tastes like a grit to me. Put an ice cube in the soup. I'm going to try to get the sausage and eggs uploaded. I'm trying to get my stuff saved before Facebook deletes it. You know what I want? A little black pepper. I went too light on the cayenne this time. Facebook's deleting videos that are 30 days old. I did it again, and the minute I realized I did it, I burnt my tongue about. All right, we'll let it sit there. We got about 10 more minutes. Someone's asking about the wings. Well, those wings were pretty good. They actually came from the gas station. They're gas station wings, but they were good. And then I wanted some more wings and got some more last night. I've been on a wing kick lately. I made chicken soup, but this is not your normal chicken soup. If I was making this for myself, we would have carrots and celery. Now, the rest of it is just how I would have cooked it. And there ain't no way I'm biting into that potato. I already see how it's steaming, piping hot. Y'all see it? No way. No way, Jose! That's okay. It'll be here when I get done. What did I make money? Just asking. Well, that sounds pretty good, Trina. I do not use cabbage. I'm not going to say that I wouldn't use cabbage, but I didn't think about it. Y'all keep asking about my hair. I've done nothing to my hair except wash it today. So this is how it just lays naturally without doing anything to it. No product in my hair. Jessica works at Weigel's. You are welcome. That's true. It's still not got that same flavor, but what's bringing out the flavor, I think, is that salt-free seasoning. You can see some of the parsley flakes. That's what's adding the seasoning to that broth. I got to get to Pigeon Forge for the NQC one night. I wanted to do it tonight, and then I wanted to come on and hang out with you all. I might have to settle for a daytime showcase. You love it like that, Gail. All right, TikTok. Y'all double tap that screen. Get me to 20K before the next 8 minutes rolls around. 8 minutes, we're calling it a night. How many hearts and likes can we get there? Double tap the screen. Hit share so your friends see that you were watching. Say, hey, I watched Kyle tonight. You should tune in. You're on the replay. That's what happened to my cabbage soup that I made. Now, it started, and it was good that first night. But the next day, it was spicy. And so I was like, man, I'm eating it. It's good. It has a good flavor. But then finally I just said, I'm not doing this to myself anymore. And I let it go. Had to let it go. It got a little too spicy the longer it sat there in the thing. Typical sleepwear. That could be a dangerous question. Hello, Ender, Tennessee. Let's see. Well, I like basketball shorts and a t-shirt. That's what I like to sleep in. In the winter, I'm going to add on the big long wool. It's not wool, but it's the big sleep pants, lounge pants. That's what we're going to have coming up in a few weeks. If we ever get cold again. If we ever get cold. I sound fruity. That's okay. Kelly, no, I didn't say that. Hearts to you, Terry. Bluefield, Virginia, popping on. I'm used to it. I'm used to personal questions, so it's all good. Flannel, yes, that's the word I was looking for. Flannel. Those are my little Christmas Village houses that have been up for a year, and they're going to stay up for another year. part of putting yourself out there. People are going to ask you personal stuff. Shadow, yes to your question. Bring on the snow. You wanting snow? Man, I don't know if I'm ready for snow yet. I might want a cool night to sit out by the fire. Nope, I don't have that. No husband. It's just me, myself, and I. My tan is going in from that football game on Saturday where I wore those things. Terry, you might need to watch out for some of those storms. They're going to come awfully close to, they're going to come awfully close to you. I would watch it very closely. You can send me a message and I'll see if I can't look it up better for you. But it's too far to tell. Those two storms that still have to turn. This is the simplest way to tell you. Those two storms, if you have a cruise to the Caribbean or to the Bahamas over the next weekend, definitely pay attention. Anything in Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, just needs to look out. We're a good 7 days away. We got time to watch it. But the models just have a difficult time gathering what will happen and the steering currents and all of that stuff until we get an actual storm. It gives us a rough idea, but the models, it's like you don't know what you're getting until you got it, right? So that's just what's going on over the next week with these systems out in the Atlantic. We got to watch them closely. So everyone just stay on top of it. And that's it. All right. Hit them hearts one more time. Just double tap the screen one more time for me. One more time. Just hit it. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. I don't know what I look for. Richard is a storm chaser too. That would be cool. I haven't actually storm chased. Now I would like to add that to my repertoire. Hopefully it won't come to North Carolina, Faye. Biloxi, I don't think they're going to get bothered by this, but it could. I do not play guitar. I play the piano. I tried the guitar, and we're almost at my time limit. So I tried the guitar, and I just couldn't get my fingers to do what I wanted to do there. But now the piano, I can go on with that one now. So there we go. I'll play the piano. The arthritis has kicked in and started bothering my fingers, and I can feel it today from sitting there typing all day. I'm probably going to take, I don't know if I should say the word or not, but what I'm going to take to go to bed, a PM version of pain medicine. I don't want to get into I don't want to get into no political thing here. Ender, why are you trying to set me up? Kelly, doing the same. Oh, the truth of the matter is I don't really have time. I've got a lot to do in a short amount of time, and I don't really have time to commit to anyone on a dating perspective. All right, here we are, 7:59. Y'all know that Andy's coming on. I've got some stuff to type out and write. Maybe I'll put some of Aunt B's kerosene pickles. Y'all remember that episode when the pickles were so bad? All right. Well, I didn't get to my 20K over on TikTok. Oh, it's okay, Brad. I'm going to go right. Y'all have a great night. And keep smiling. We're going to see you soon. I'll try to be back Thursday. I got that golf tournament on Thursday, so I don't know how long it's going to take us to get down. And I'm hoping I don't get called into work because of all this. We have a flooding threat and a flooding potential, so we're watching out for that over over the next 3 days, we got to watch out what's going on with our own weather. And then if you got a trip down into the Atlantic, you need to pay close attention. And y'all know, you message me, and I'll try to help you out with making your plans if you do. So I'll see y'all soon. Be careful. It's 8 o'clock on the dot. All them hearts are coming in. I don't want to stop. I love seeing those hearts. There we go.